Hi, Joel. Thanks for coming in to Book Television, HarperCollins, Conversations with Authors.
Thanks for having me.
So now Clayton Reed would be your main character, right? What you read about him, all the descriptions focus on the drinking and his lifestyle. How do you see him beyond that?
I see him as one of the lost boys, I suppose, you know. There's a reason why people reach out like that, in that extreme way. And it comes from, I guess, some sort of emptiness that a lot of my characters feel on a very deep level, but not on a conscious level. And there's a tendency to reach out towards those sorts of that vice in order to numb a pain that you can't really wrap your head around anyway. And I see the drinking and the boozing and the whoring and all that sort of thing as his armor, as how he protects himself and how he doesn't have to face himself. And as the book progresses, he faces himself less and less, and those sorts of vices take over in a large way, and he can't gain enough perspective in order to point the finger at what's actually wrong in his life, because I know from a very personal place that once you eliminate that lifestyle and the drugs and the alcohol and the whoring, well, not so much the whoring, try and keep as much of that in your life as possible. No, when you eliminate those things, your perspective clears up, and you can look at where you were, not where you, but when you're in it, you can't see where you are. You think this is it, and this is what I was made for. And he's just a guy who loses his perspective and takes it all out on the world and rages against everything and everyone, and he's the outsider looking in on real life happening.
Is there danger when you're writing autobiographically in your books? There's facts that are true, not maybe they're filtered, they're embellished, they're not facts, but there are things that happened around you.
Yes, for sure.
So you'd run the risk of people assuming everything's true, wouldn't you?
People assume everything's true, but if you set things up in such a way so that one thing is definitely not true, then they don't know what to think. My grandfather always used to say, you know, it doesn't matter what the truth is so long as there's a good story. And I think that's very true. And he also used to say that a lie becomes the truth as soon as one person believes it.
One of the funnier scenes is the screeching.
Yeah.
So there you have something that, it's a funny line you have to draw between how much people know about Newfoundland and how much you need to tell them, because you don't explain it, but it works on both levels, I think.
Yeah, I think, you know, every kind of culture has their big shameful rituals that they offer to tourists. But I don't approach it like that. Because I think the story comes true, and you don't have to hammer it over a reader's head, because you have to respect. I respect myself as a reader. That's what I do best. I read books, you know, and you have to have a respect for the reader that they will get it, they will understand it, and a reader doesn't like being told. So. And of course, I don't come at it from that angle. It's just instinctual. And it's a waste of time, you know, really explaining the shit out of a setting or what a ritual is. I think people get it. And the setting is really strong in there. I am lucky as a writer to have a strong sense of place, but it's secondary in terms of story and in terms of character, because you got to believe that this story could happen and that these types of characters exist elsewhere as well.